The beta is an internal beta test. It's basically the Halo 2 multiplayer game. Over 7,000 people worldwide, all Microsoft full-time employees have signed up, and for the past 6 weeks they've all been playing the multiplayer game on a test version of Xbox Live to help us fine-tune the game and basically improve it before we release it to the public.
So when you're playing the Halo 2 multiplayer beta, you're getting a pretty good sampling of the weapons and vehicles that are going to be in the final game. It's not by no means all of them. It's a test sample. Some of them are tuned wrong, and some of them are acting really weird. But they're definitely all fun to play with.
At the heart of it, it's the networking code for Halo 2, and what you get is a lot of fun. I mean, it's not the complete game, but it's a lot of fun to play. We have 5 maps included in the beta, a couple different game types. You can play as elites versus Spartans. A lot of dual wielding, boarding, a lot of the really big stuff that people are looking forward to is included in this beta.
There's dozens of things that will be immediately apparent and then subtly reveal themselves as you play into the game. You know, there's physics on movable objects now, so you could actually block a corridor with barrels and make it difficult to get through that corridor. So the actual game world can change. It can change in bigger ways. You know, we have interactive objects, so you can open gates, you can slam down drawbridges, that kind of thing. So you never know quite how an area is going to be.
So the beta itself has 5 maps available: Midship, Zanzibar, Lockout, Ivory Tower, and Waterworks. And the game types that we have available are Slayer, Capture the Flag, and Assault.
Your typical Xbox Live things are all there. You can start an arranged game, play with your friends, invite anyone you want, play any game type you want, customize the weapons and rules to suit yourself. There's no limits to that. But in Optimat, you're going to find a new thing called matchmaking playlists, and these are kind of custom game types that we select for a variety of reasons, mostly balance and fun. And these are all ranked games. So when you're playing in those games, your stats are being tracked and your ranking is being tracked.
To put it in a nutshell, the levels, the skill system, you think about it as, you know, everybody sort of has a amount of experience points, and if I beat you, I take away some of yours. If you beat me, you take away some of mine. And it's also weighted, so if I beat a player who's much higher level than me, I'm going to actually be more rewarded than I would if I were to crush a player who's way below me. So it will reward you based on sort of the risk and the challenge that you faced. Initially, we've made it really easy for players to jump into the game and level up pretty fast. But eventually you'll start to hit a point where, you know, the bell curve starts to happen and it becomes much harder to level up, and also the penalty for losing becomes greater, so it is possible to actually take steps backwards.
The most important thing, of course, is to make the game fun. So you should find when you start Halo 2 after November 9th that you're almost always matched with players of a really similar skill level. And it doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you experience it, it means that just about every game is a nail-biter. What we really wanted to do with Halo 2 was try and recreate the fun and the social experience of a system link game. So with a feature we're calling Party Invites right now, you can invite anyone on your friends list or anyone that you've recently played against to join your party. And once they've joined your party, you become kind of a cohesive group. That can be up to 16 players. And that means you can bounce around on live all night or play arranged games, but you're always going to stay in your party.
Our game does support downloadable content, and it's a pretty good bet that there'll be some cool stuff to come in the future. So for the hardcore Halo players, you're going to spend a lot of time on Xbox Live. They might want to invest in something like this. This is the new Halo 2 headset being produced by Plantronics. It's a high-end headset made to be worn for many, many hours on end by people that work at call centers. It's very comfortable, fits around your ear snugly, and these will be out around the time of the game release, and more information should be available soon.
The beta is ending in a few days actually here, so there's going to be a lot of sad full-time Microsoft employees and a lot of happy managers actually probably, but you can look for Halo 2 in your own home on November 9th, unless you're in the UK, and then you got to wait a couple of days.